Money Green.
Shayz on the mic.
And we are
Lyrics and
lies.
Lyrics and
Lies. Whoop, whoop. That's the sound of the police. Whoop, whoop. That's the sound of the bees. You supposed to say the chorus with me. Yeah, I'm talking about you.
About me?
You,
Are you talking to me?
Yeah, I ain't talking to the researchers.
You
they can't talk.
You want to rewind that? You want to rewind it?
Oh my goodness, stand clear. Gotta say see ya, cause I can never be an officer, your wicked overseer. Sound of the police. Mr. KRS-One. The blueprint himself, ghetto music. So, I only did that because of the topic that we're about to get on. So, we are lyrics and lies. We're going to get into some lyrics and then we're going to get into some lies. Matter of fact, we're going to get into some lies that police and government officials and court officials and legal officials say. And then we're going to get into the lyrics that get black people off. And this is a topic revolving around the Netflix movie, When They See Us. So we got to jump back and tackle some of these topics. I'm Money Green with
Shayz on the mic.
And we are Lyrics and Lies. So break it down, Shayz, because this was your idea to talk about this movie or this series.
It was my idea to talk about this series, and I know that it's been out for a while, and it took me a minute to come to grips with watching it, because I kind of avoided it for a while. I didn't really want to see it.
For real?
For real.
And why is that?
I guess after a while, sometimes you get tired of seeing stuff, and in a certain light, in a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
But my son actually wanted to see it, and that's the reason I looked at it.
Oh, y'all watched it together?
We watched it together.
Now that's tight.
So
that's tight.
That got me to watching the movie.
All right, so you really gotta let us know.
And I really knew. It was heartbreaking to me on some parts.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that lets you know when a movie is really good, when you are angry and mad and almost in tears.
Now, did your son feel your anger?
Yeah, he at the end of the movie, he said, I wish I would have seen this movie earlier. This is a good movie. It was really a good movie. It really just showed him some things, and even though he's heard about things,
right?
But this kind of gave a picture to what our conversations be about. You know, so it gave face to the conversation.
All right, so tell people
to the conversation.
Tell people your son's age.
My son is 17,
and he's in what grade?
He's a senior.
And you said it gave a voice or gave some evidence to what you've talked about to him previously. He really didn't understand. So what were you bringing up to him?
I think he understood, but I think seeing it.
Mm-hmm. But what?
Actually, we talked about, how to act and how to be around police officers. Mm-hmm. Usually we would talk about when you get pulled over.
Right. You know,
how you should act, what you're supposed to do. But this gave a new light, because if something happens now and if you're at the precinct and the police officer is talking to you and telling you stuff, the first thing you need to say is, I need to talk to my parent, and I'm not going to say anything until that happens.
Right.
So
you told him that back then, or while you're watching this movie it came up?
We talked about it. We discussed it after the movie.
Okay.
We discussed it after the movie. I think I hit on it, but I never talked about it again. So really it was like reintroducing it, because I think I just tapped on it, but not really got into it like I did with if you get pulled over by a police officer, this is what you should do, and this is how you should act. So this is a whole different story of something that actually happens to you. Mm-hmm. And you go downtown, you go to the precinct, and then they start questioning you. Before you even let them get that far, you let them know you want to see your parent.
Right.
And as he knows me, he knows that I'm not going to be a parent that say, oh, I'm not going to be able to come, I'm not going to make it. No, my mother's not going to do that. I need somebody to call my mother. I'm not saying another word until my mother gets here.
Right. And you just mentioned, in a sense or indirectly, one of the boy's parents was unable to show up. So just to give a broad perspective or a broad That's a little information of what the story is about. You had a woman that got raped in Central Park. I believe it was Central Park. Yeah, Central Park. And the police found a whole bunch of boys in the park, and I guess there were about 30 boys in the park.
Yeah, it's a whole bunch of boys.
And they corralled some of them and tried to put this rape case on them. And one of the friends of one of the boys, who wasn't even near the park, he was at a pizzeria. He found out his homeboy was in trouble. He went down to the precinct to help him out, and they pulled him into it. Mm-hmm. And all of them ended up going to jail. And most of them just broke the, we know what the lawyers say, the defense lawyers. You have a right to remain silent, so don't say anything. Use your right to remain silent and stay that way until the officers get there or the parents get there, what have you. And I don't even think that would have helped in some of these cases, because the parents came and then told the kids to talk to the police.
Because I think the parents were scared because of how the police officers was talking to them.
Yeah, and that's cool.
The police officers like, now if you think about it, at the time when you hear somebody say, "Tell me what happened," and you get to go home.
Don't believe them.
Okay, yeah, but guess what? If you really think about the words that the police officer said, if I am going to admit to a crime, I'm not going home.
Right. Well,
but because of the way they said it, and they was there all night, and these are teenagers under the age of 15. I think the oldest one was 15.
Right.
Your mind is, I want to go home. I'm gonna do anything and everything to go home. They were being coerced. I almost wanted to go through the TV right then and there on a couple. Then they hit them, they beat them. They put their hands on these boys.
Well, if you're innocent, you think being honest is going to get you off.
But it really didn't, because they tried to make it. And if all the evidence, to be honest, did not add up
right
to them boys touching that woman. The only reason why it was believable because they coerced them and they videotaped them saying what they did to the woman, which they really didn't even do.
Right.
So that right there, I mean, with all that non-evidence they had no semen from nobody. They had none of that. They had nothing really connecting these boys to this, other than they wanted to wrap this up and they wanted to blame somebody.
Okay, so two points. I'll make a quick point and then I'll make a longer point. But the quick point is the people in the courts, the prosecutors, they get their status from their closing rate or their prosecution rate. How many people can they get locked up? That's how they gain status within the court system and the legal system. So if you have someone that closes cases and gets the defendant found guilty 90% of the time or higher, then they're going to get perks, including they may be the first ones to become a judge if a judgeship comes up. So they don't care if the defendants are innocent. They're trying to prosecute somebody for a crime. And if there is no criminal that they've caught, they'll make a criminal just to keep their rates high.
Correct.
And that's what happened in this case. They said, we got to pin this on somebody. We get these rates up. The papers are going to love us. People in the court system, our peers are going to love us, and we're going to gain status. Now, that's a short point. Here's the bigger point. Just that first episode when they get taken downtown and the police get on them and everything, that makes you not trust police. As a parent and as a teenager or whomever. But we're taught to trust the police. So as Black people, we really have to figure out how to trust the police and distrust the police at the appropriate time. So in cases like that, when they bring you downtown, make sure, whether it's you or your kids, make sure that you don't say anything and you do not confess anything, and you get your lawyer.
Yep.
Because whether you're innocent, whether you were in California and the crime was committed in Texas, if they really want to get you, they'll lock you up and they'll try to make you prove that you weren't even from that state. But that's just how they roll. So don't trust the police. If they bring you downtown, I don't care how innocent you are, don't talk to them, don't be recorded, don't say anything on record, off record. Let your lawyer do the talking. And if your parents come down and they say, just tell them what happened, you tell your parent, we need a lawyer. For real. I don't care if your spouse says that. Just tell them what happened. It's all right. You can trust them. Just tell them the truth. No.
You need a lawyer.
You need a lawyer even to tell the truth to police. Because you can tell the truth. You listen to the when they give you your read you your rights. Anything you say can be and will be held against you. So if you can trust them, listen to their words. Whatever you say to us, we're going to use it against you. We're going to hold it against you in a court of law.
Yep.
And take that and run with it.
And that is so true. As I was going through the movie, because we're not going to go like episode by episode of the movie. I like the way that Ava DuVernay. Yeah, DuVernay. I just called her Ava, if that's okay.
Yeah, we gotta let people know. We gotta give her respect. Yeah.
Ava DuVernay. Ava.
There you go.
So, I like the way how she did it all together, and then she separated each boy from at the time they was incarcerated to when they got out.
Right.
All right. I like the way how she did each one like that.
They each had their own story.
They each had their own story. I like the way she said it.
Some drew you more than others, but they all had their own story.
Well, the one that drew me in the most was the last one. And I can't think of his name.
The one who wasn't even there.
The one who wasn't even there, who was in jail for the longest time.
He was in the pizzeria with his little girlfriend, eating pizza and, trying to be grown. I think he was 15 or 16.
I think he was 15.
15.
But,
and they snatched him when he came to see what was going on with his friend. They locked him up, and he ended up staying the longest.
And what got me was every time he was going for review. Now, because as soon as he got there, they just wailed on him.
They beat him up.
Yeah, they beat him up. And plus, too, he had a little problem. So he, tried to keep his head down. He tried not to bother nobody. He tried to, do what he was supposed to do. But he still got beat down.
Oh, yeah.
And
he caught a bad one. That was KOREY Wise.
Yeah, KOREY. KOREY was in it the longest, and KOREY is the one who got the most, got beat the most in jail.
Yes.
Oh my God. I mean, if he didn't go to the hole, he probably would not be alive to see his story.
Right, solitary confinement.
That's solitary confinement. Even though it saved him, I see it can get your mind can go crazy in it.
Yeah. If you're used to being around people.
Yeah, especially
now me,
being around people.
You put me in solitary confinement?
You'll be fine.
Oh, I'll be straight.
You'll be fine.
I ain't want to talk to none of y'all anyway.
But even Shayz on the mic, you don't even want to talk to me?
We can do our episodes over the phone.
Oh, Lord. Anyway.
Solitary confinement. Ain't no other way to do it.
They might not be letting you use the phone, okay?
You have a caller from Money Green. Shayz, you got the recording on? All right, let's go.
We only got 3 minutes.
That's right.
But he touched me the most because of his innocence.
Right.
Each time they brought him up for review, he was not going to say he did something he didn't do. He kept on was like, no. So my thing was the review was only for me to say I did this.
Right.
As long as that man been in jail, that's all you can come back to the review board to see. Not to see how his behavior was, how he acted in jail. He was upstanding. This man then got beat up for something he never even did. People jumping him and beating him, thinking that he raped this woman. He ain't even seen her.
Yep.
And all you can think about, are you finally going to confess for what you did?
Right. Because they say a guilty person. They say your black ass is guilty.
You guilty. So they just kept him in there. I commended him that he could have been a different person after all that ordeal. I mean, I haven't heard anything about how the men are doing now as they become men. after he got the settlement and everything. But
they're doing well.
But him especially, I felt for, because of so much he went through as an innocent man who didn't even do anything, and he had to have jail life and didn't even get a chance to live his life. Half of them didn't get out until they were grown. Raymond, he went back to jail on his own. I know he had situations where he felt like he needed to get fast money, but he should have already known that they was looking at him anyway.
Well, Raymond currently is engaged to
that one girl,
Delicious from Flavor of Love.
Oh, what?
Delicious with that big old butt.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I fell out with her because she got a nose job. It appears she got a nose job, and I'm like, girl, keep your African nose. Keep them Africanisms. Be black. Be proud of your blackness. But anyway, yeah, he got Delicious, so he didn't came up. He didn't went from being behind them bars to getting Flavor Flav's old TV chick.
Okay.
And she's still sexy though.
All right. Well, I have to commend Ava DuVernay. I thought she did a good job, and like I said, I like the way she split out the boys and kind of gave their own story and their own voice.
Right.
I thought all the actresses and actors did a wonderful job.
The little one,
the little
Kevin
ones.
Richardson, he's from Maryland.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's from down in, I think, Clinton or Waldorf. He's a great actor, and the one who played Corey Wise, Jarrell Jerome, he ended up getting an award, didn't he? He got some awards for his acting.
Good. He did really good.
Some best actor type stuff. And all of them did good. All of the actors. But it's just that he was zeroed in on as a character because of how his story went.
Mm-hmm.
And he stepped up and knocked it out the park. So anybody that has teenagers or preteens or young adults, I would say from 11 on up to, I might have to say 9 now. I might have to say 10. 10 years old on up to about 25. Make sure they watch this. And if you can, have dialogue with them about it, if you can watch it with them. Anything you want to share about that? Because did y'all talk after each episode or during the episode, or did y'all wait until the end?
We talked a little bit in each episode because I think...
you and your 17-year-old son.
Yeah, because he was a little furious about how it was handled.
So your son cursed in front of you?
No, he did not.
You say, Mom, that's some bullshit. He's like, hey, you calm down.
He don't use that kind of language.
Not in front of you.
Well, he does a great job if he does say it not in front of me. So
yeah.
He doesn't speak that way in front of me.
He better not. I heard my son curse, not in person, but
he was
when no one else was around, but the camera was recording. He cursed on camera.
Did he know that he did it?
He saw the video later. He said, Daddy, I gotta tell you something. I need you to take this video and do whatever. And I said, what?
Edit it?
I said a bad word in the video. What word you say? It was a bad one. What word was it? I don't want. I said, no, tell me what was it? And he had his toys out. He had all these action figures. And one of them was telling the other ones what to do. He said, you guys, you go over there and you guys huddle up and you guys work out your problems. And you take your asses over there. Oh my goodness. He said asses. I said asses. I said to myself, that's not too bad. But after listening to that, I said, man, get your ass upstairs. And don't bring your ass down here till you clean up that room. Smart ass. But yeah, make sure your kids watch it. I'm going to allow my son to see it, I guess, soon. He's about to be 10. Certain things I didn't want to let him see, but I'm going to let him see this.
Yeah. Like I said, he was really impressed with the show in entirety because you know he's like his mom with going through movies.
Okay.
So the content of it was good. He liked it.
Well written.
He did talk about how they were being treated in jail and how come certain things went down the way they did. Mm-hmm. Especially the part where one of the boys was really mad at the father because he listened to what his father told him to do. But
the father was conned by
the police officer.
So the police officers told this father not to support his son, not to come to court, not to do all these things, or they would revoke the father's probation or something. I think the father was on probation. Oh no, right. he had a government job or some type of job with the city. and they said if you support your son or do whatever, then we're going to make you lose your job. So he said, you know what, I'm just going to not fight for my son so I can keep my job. And he ended up, he resented his father for that.
Yeah.
By the time he got out of jail, his father was kind of beat down. And
he was sick.
Right.
He had diabetes. His mother took him back to help him. So it was, like I said, it was a very good show. I appreciated it.
Very well written, perfectly written, perfectly cast.
Now, what I didn't look at is the end when Oprah,
I didn't see that either. That's not part of the Netflix part.
Yeah.
But Oprah did a special.
Yeah, but it was.
Right.
It's the last one.
Oh, they added one. They must have added it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So that part of her talking to them after the movie is in there. I just didn't get a chance.
Because I watched those when it originally aired. There was nothing after it.
Yeah, now it is.
Okay. So, let's get to your rating system, because you hard on the hoe. When it come to movies and stuff, and Shayz has to rate them, she hard on the hoe. She hard on the movie hoe. So, what did you give this one?
I'm going to give it 5 stars.
What? Shucks. Shayz stepped up and said
4.9. 4.9.
Hey,
9.
It's all good.
I'm going to actually give it 5 stars because I think the production was good. All the women and all the people who played in it did a very good job. I'm talking about from the different ages, the mothers, everybody who contribute to this movie. I thought they did a very good job. Their acting skills was very good, was up to par. So I have nothing. I can't find no flaws. I mean, there are flaws and everything, but you know what I'm saying. I can't find anything that wouldn't give this movie 5 stars.
Yeah, Michael K. Williams in it. John Leguizamo.
Yeah, he was in it.
And Niecy Nash.
Was
I believe that's... Oh, Blair Underwood was also in there. And from Queen Sugar. Is it Queen Sugar? The uncle. Omar Dorsey. The guy who messes with the older woman. But
you know who... And I don't know if her name is on here. But the lady whose son... Niecy Nash and this lady... son were close, but she wouldn't let her write to the son or anything. What was her name?
I can't.
But she played in Ray. She was the singer in Ray. She's a good actress. She was also in a movie with my girl Regina King. And we actually rated this movie, and I can't think of the name of it right now, but she was the mother in it, and she plays very good, and she's starting to really come out as an actress because she's also about to play in a Lifetime movie with the sisters, the Clark sisters.
Oh, okay.
She's the mother in the Clark sisters.
Okay.
So she's really been coming out. I just can't think of her name right now. But she's a very good actress, and she's really coming out. I'm starting to see her in a lot of movies right now. I guess our interns aren't in because it's the new year, so we gave them a break. So I guess we won't have that name for y'all right now.
Yeah, but next time.
We'll come back around. But if you've seen her in the movies that I just mentioned, and she's the mother of the what's his name? Yusuf? Is that the boy's name?
I think so. I think one of them.
Yusuf. She's the one who stopped her son from saying anything. She said, "Don't say nothing."
Yeah, and still ended up getting in trouble.
Yeah, but she was the one.
But that's cool.
Anyway,
that's cool. So that's it. I'm gonna give it 5 stars too, and I'm gonna have to watch it a second time. Like I say, with the youngster. So this is the first time that we had 5 stars across the board. So we found something special. So that means this is really special, and it's gonna, you know what I'm saying, land on different audiences the same way. Very strong, very powerful. And make sure your white friends see it too, because a lot of them have comprehension issues when it comes to race and black people being innocent. Who? He looks guilty to me.
Yeah.
They raped that as a shame, and Trump's punk ass put his
my gosh,
2 cents in. Somebody. Anyway, I just need to catch.
I want to say one thing. What really got me too is when the lawyer came back around to the lawyer to tell her that she was wrong, and having those. Oh, it was just probably a whole lot of them. That probably was the sixth one who, the one we was already looking for in the first place. She was not going to back down that she was wrong.
They standing on their lives.
Oh yeah, she was going to stand on that because she was not going to look like she was a fool.
And the worst kind of people.
Supposed to be a fool. Yeah, whatever. She was like, whatever. That was just the sixth member.
Those are the worst kind of people that do not want to admit when they're wrong.
Nope.
And they'll go from hell to high water, whatever it takes, not to be seen as wrong. So they just go down with the ship. Yeah. But that's it for us. We done got those lies out, and y'all check out the lyrics and the artwork of Ava DuVernay. Of Ava DuVernay. And when they see us on Netflix, you won't be sorry for watching it. Make sure you watch it with your teens, boys and girls, all right? And keep their little asses out of trouble. Lyrics and Lies, talk to y'all later.
Like and subscribe.
Yes, like, subscribe, comment, send it to a friend or something like that. We love you for it. Later.